This is a true story about my yard-stealing neighbor and how I got my neighborly revenge.
We bought our house 4 years ago. During the showing, inspections, appraisal, and approval by the city, no one said anything about the neighbor's fence that spanned from the right corner of this house, looking at them from the street, across his driveway with a gate, to the front left corner of my house. This effectively blocked me from accessing a 30-foot long by 4-foot wide strip of my own property. It was all grass that he mowed. Later that year in November, I noticed a tiny bit of water seeping into the basement on that side of the house. We had just gotten through our third historic, once in 100 years, rainfall of the year. A quick ocular pat down on that side of the house showed a slight slope towards my house. I planned to hire someone in the spring to slope it away and install a French string so it didn't fall to the driveway like you did later. The next spring, I hired the crew, then went over and started working. The neighbor, a 60-year-old who looks 80 according to my wife, came out all hot, screaming at these guys, wondering what they were doing on his property. My view, I had never had issue with a siding or repair where accessed that same side, while a cable guy or a plumber who will access that side many times before. He gave him a hard time for a few minutes. They booed off and thought he had been daydreaming. They sloped, tilled, mulched, and looked at my flower bed for future use. The next year, last year, I planted some roses of the bed and hired out a company to do old yard cleano. They got to that side to pull weeds and lay fresh mulch, and the old man came screaming up his house call them to get off his property. He even took a half-ass swipe at one of the guys, calling them on dirty Mexican. These guys were white, so that made no sense. I came out and he started yelling at me, saying they were messing up his yard and he wanted me to pay to resaw. I said, no way. He called me a bitch over and over again. I told him to ignore that side. I spoke with my wife and we both agreed if he wants to be a dick, we'll just be petty and let that over girls so that he can look at it. You can't really see it from the street, so I don't care. Weeds were 4 foot tall by the end of the summer. This spring was really wet, so the weeds were knee-high by the start of May. I was outside mowing when he came over the fence, got in my face, and asked, when do you get to clean this shit up? I said, when I have assurances you won't harass me or workers, then I'll clean it up. This upset him. He started calling me a bitch over and over again, even threw the word lazy for good measure. I said, call the city, and ignored him. He turned his attention to the other neighbors and started raising holy hell with them. My house, while older, is well maintained and carefully landscaped. His house has aluminum siding from the 80s. He doesn't edge any of the walks for driveways, and he has old aluminum awnings that are filthy. His back patio lets tall weeds between the pavers. I say nothing about it, it's not mine, and honestly, he's keeping values down enough that the taxman didn't raise my rates, so I just don't care. The next day, code enforcement knocks on my door. He called. The guy said, I'm not sure why I'm here. I see no weeds. You have a nice home. Can you show me where he thinks these weeds are? So we went to the side of the house. Code enforcement seeing his fence blocking my access. Well, nothing I can do to you, but he has 10 days to remove that fence. He also needs to weed his patio and edge the sidewalk. The next morning, his wife came over and asked if I would split the cost and remove me with fence. I said, sorry, but us bitches are out of charity money this week. Now there's an old man, sweaty in the heat, removing the fence. I can hear him calling his kids to come help because their old man couldn't keep his mouth shut. He couldn't even tolerate someone in his grass to make him look nice, but no. Tomorrow, now that I had access, I'm removing those roses and putting them somewhere else I can enjoy them. Now, mulch will be removed. I'll lay down some landscaping plastic for cut the whole thing and pea gravel. You want to be a deck? Fly. Look at the shoes out of our house with gravel. Sucker, eh?
They called him Uncle Cringe. Kenzies always take offense. Just call him Uncle Cringe, cause he tells it like it is. You might not agree or think he's funny, but he just don't give a shit. Welcome to Uncle Cringe True Story Time.